Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name's Catherine and this is So Much Sewing. So Much Sewing is a channel all about sewing. It's all about my sewing adventures and what I get up to. I am obsessed with sewing, so I hope you are too. If this is your first time here, welcome. You are very welcome here. I hope you will enjoy what you see and that you will consider liking and subscribing and hitting the notification bell and sharing and doing all those amazing things. And if you are a returning viewer, thanks so much for coming back. I really enjoy your company. You know that I answer all your comments down below, and I love having a good old chinwag with you and to find out what you're up to, as well as tell you about what I'm up to. It's a two-way street here. This is a two-way conversation. It's not just me sitting here going blah, 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 telling you all about my stuff. I'm interested in you too. But today what I'm doing is I am talking to you about my latest make. And it's the most ridiculous thing. It's a simple knit dress, but I love it so much. I am absolutely obsessed with this simple knit dress. I can see it working so well in my winter wardrobe. We're coming up towards the end of February in New Zealand here. Sorry, I've got a leaking eye. I've got a condition called dry eye and it leaks every now and then. So dry eye is a bit of a misnomer because it should be called leaky eye. Anyway, that's enough about that. This knit dress here is going to be the basis of my winter wardrobe. As I was saying, we're heading towards the end of February. Well, actually, we're probably still in the middle of February, but you know, the cooler weather is coming. Probably next month it will start getting a bit cooler. So I'm starting to think about my wintry wardrobe, even though I know a lot of you, my viewers, are heading into probably warmer weather. But this dress I think will work for a warmer weather wardrobe as well. It's gosh, am I going to have a capsule wardrobe this winter? Maybe I am. I haven't thought that through properly, but certainly I feel like this dress is going to be the basis of my winter wardrobe. So this dress is another pattern from Sew with Mikki, who is a New Zealand sewing pattern designer. The dress isn't actually out on the market yet, although she has talked about it herself on her Facebook channel. So this isn't really a review as such of the dress. I think this this concept would work with any knit dress pattern that you love and that fits you nicely. But this is the Lola dress by Sew with Mikki, sorry. And as I say, it's not been released yet, but from the sounds of it, it's going to be released, you know, quite soon. This is her packaging just for her paper patterns. Anyway, she sent me this when she sent me the kit a while ago. She sent me this and said, well, have a look at this and see what you think. And initially, I wasn't amazingly keen on it because it's a knit dress. And if you look at it, you know, it's quite a slim fit. And I could see when I looked at the pattern pieces, I can see that it was quite a sort of a slim fit. There is amazing shaping down the front here and also down the back, on the back seam and on the front seam. But I'll tell you all about the adjustments that I made on this pattern a little bit later on, because the main focus of this video is all about creating a whole bunch of looks just with the addition of one simple item in your wardrobe. Sorry, the old dry eye is going nuts today. So I made this dress out of a merino knit. That's one amazing thing about living in New Zealand, is we do have easy access to merino knits. They're not always cheap, but the fabric store, who is a fabric store here in New Zealand and in Australia, they ship worldwide, they have great sales several times a year, sort of 30% off, 40% off. And I'm pretty sure I got this merino in one of their 40% off sales. So, of course, you know, something's on sale and you don't need it straight away, but you buy it and you put it in your stash because you may need it one day. And I needed it. And I've used this, and it's as I say, it's ridiculous to be so happy and so excited about a simple knit dress, but I love it so much. So yeah, this is Lola. Like I say, you could use any knit dress that you like that fits you nicely. So I'll just start popping a few pictures up here of how I have styled this. I just had such a lot of fun mucking around in my wardrobe, trying this with different things that I have made myself. I haven't used any ready-to-wear items in this little photo montage, but I do have, you know, some ready-to-wear items that I can wear as well. But in here you'll see my Martha dress by Dhurata Davies that I made a while ago in a very fine Georgette, viscose Georgette, which with the addition of this dress underneath it turns it into a winter dress. You'll see my Dhurata Davies, another Dhurata Davies patterns, her overlap jacket in the pink linen and viscose knit, linen and viscose woven that I made it in a while ago. What else have I styled it with? I've styled it with my Merchant Mills iCat fabric using the Merchant Mills Florence top. I've put it with my Style Arc Anae dress. I love this fabric. This it sort of looks like a traditional plaid flannel sort of type pattern, but it is actually a very lightweight cool hand viscose. So I've paired it with that and I think it looks amazing. I put it with my Shoreline dress, Pattern Emporium Shoreline, that I hacked down to a full length dress. I've put it with that as well. So, you know, to my mind, the possibilities are absolutely endless. And, you know, that's not everything I could have paired it with. I told you in my previous video, my father-in-law is staying in my room that I use as my dressing room and as my filming room. So most of my stuff's in there. So, you know, there's heaps of other things that I'm going to be able to pair this dress with. Yeah, it's going to be the basis of my wardrobe. I just love everything about this. This has got really deep cuffs on it, and this is part of the pattern. It's got 1.5 inch cuffs here, and on the bottom hem it's got a 2 inch hem on it. I used my cover stitch machine and got a really nice finish on the hems. What I did was, and I don't know if I would do this again, but what I did do was I hemmed it on the cover stitch before I sewed up the side seams, and then I sewed up the side seams with my overlocker. Well, first of all, I actually did use my sewing machine. I you know, wanted to make sure that this wasn't going to come apart anytime soon, so I did sew it with Mariflex thread on my sewing machine, and then I overlocked it, and then I just wove in all my overlocking tails. I just wove them in. So I really like that nice detail of the deep cuff. It's not something I normally do. I would normally just put a very narrow, it's actually not a cuff, sorry, it's a hem. So I hope I haven't confused matters there, but it's a hem that I folded up. And so I don't normally do such a wide hem. I would normally just do a very narrow hem and use the cover stitch on it, or I would put an actual cuff on it, you know, like a neckband, like a proper knit cuff. I would do that, but I really like that 1.5 inch there and 2 inch on the hemline. I did do a neckband on this, although I think the pattern called for a facing. I'm not too sure because Marie had lost the instructions. So she sent me the pattern, but she said, I've lost the instructions, but here you go, have a look at this and see what you think. But so the neckband I think was a facing, but I've turned it into a neckband because I actually lowered this quite a lot. The pattern calls for it to be quite a high, and not really nice, but quite a high neckline, as I say, I think with this facing on it. But I knew that I wanted to wear it as a base layer under dresses and things, so I wanted a lower neckline so that it wasn't sort of sticking up really high above. Oh, sorry, I should tell you what I'm wearing. This is my Liam Patterns, what's it called? Liam Patterns Leonie dress, top dress. This is my top version. My dress version didn't work out so well, but I do love this. I love the colour on this. So this is the top version of my Liam Patton's Leonie dress. So what I was saying was I didn't want a really high neckline to come up too high underneath tops and dresses. I wanted it to be a little bit, not necessarily hidden, sometimes hidden, sometimes not, but you know, a nice sort of snuggly warm merino base layer like you would just wear a normal t-shirt made out of a merino as a base layer. There's a New Zealand designer who lives here in Auckland who's been around for decades. She's a well-known designer for plus-size women, and in the past I have spent many dollars at her beautiful store buying her beautiful clothing, and one of the items she sells year after year is something very similar to this, sometimes with a round neck, sometimes with a V-neck. I think it seems to be a V-neck this year, in different colors. You know, you've got your standard colors, but she'll bring different colors in each year as well. And so this dress is a bit of a rip-off really of one of her dresses, which you can pay $285 for, is what they're on the website at the moment for, which, you know, is perfectly fine. It's, you know, she's a local designer, she's running a business, she's got overheads, this is her intellectual property, so I don't have a problem with the price of that. However, I've made this for about, well, the fabric I think cost me about $75. The pattern was free, but if you added the pattern in there, you know, you're still looking at about $100 for a knockoff of a dress that costs 3 times that much. So I am so super stoked. I cannot believe that I'm so excited about a plain knit dress, but just the way I can wear it with so many things in my winter wardrobe, it's actually really made me excited. I've been a little bit sort of about sewing lately. I wouldn't say I've lost my sojo as such, but this certainly has brought it back. I'm absolutely fizzing. I never get into my wardrobe and try on my new make with everything that I've got in my wardrobe. I never do that, but that is what I did with this pattern. So yeah, a bit of a strange video this time, I suppose, but I'm sure many of you will relate. And oh, that's what I was going to do, was talk you through the changes that I did make to this pattern. I've actually got some video footage of the 2 twirls that I did and the differences in how they look. So let me just grab the pattern again. So there we go, a fairly, as we say, fairly standard pattern. I mean, I do not like anything tight around my tummy. I have a very baggy, droopy apron tummy. It's not attractive at all. It's me and it's fine, but I don't want to be showing that off. So I don't like anything fitted around my tummy. No, it's not happening. So this was just too fitted for me. If I take out the pattern pieces and show you, what's this one? This is the back. I did leave the back shaping in. There's some shaping here and I did leave that in, but I added, not huge amounts, but I did add to the hip area. What is that, about 1.5 centimeters maybe, I suppose, to the hip area, and I brought the waist up. In this version here, you'll see that I've cut the front and the back on the fold, so I've eliminated all the shaping out of the dress. In the back, you can see it's just way too saggy baggy. It's not great. I don't like that at all. And even in the front, I don't like that. It's too loose and baggy in the front as well. In this next version, I couldn't be bothered putting the sleeves in, so it's sleeveless. I'm not going to wear it anyway, it's just a twirl. But in this next version, you'll see I did cut the shaping in on the back. in this version here, so brought that in at the back, and I also raised the waist 3 centimeters. Now that's nothing to do with the pattern, you know, nothing wrong with the pattern, it's just my shape and the way I want to bring the eye up to elongate the rest of me and try and skim over that problem area of my tummy as, you know, as best I can. So I raised the waistline, kept the shaping in the back, but I still cut the front on the fold. So this is the front, and I don't know if you can tell, but there is a fair amount of shaping in the front there. And, you know, if you were a slimmer person, that would be amazing. But I cut that on the fold, so I eliminated all that shaping in the front. But I think because I've got this shaping here, and you can see that under the arm, it's very hourglass there, and it comes in dramatically like that. And having the shaping on the back, I just think that this final version is just so, I love the fit on me. I love that it's just a little bit loose in the front. It fits me nicely in the back. And, you know, I can wear this on its own, or I can wear it under a long shirt, or however I want to wear it. I'm in love with this dress. So that is my Lola dress by Sew with Mikki. It is amazing. I think Sew with Mikki does do really nice, easy patterns for beginners, and so I can't wait for this to be launched. I don't know if she's going to put it into a kit or not, but I think it would be a really great kit for a beginner. But you know, I just think it's a really nice pattern, and you, as I've said a million times, you can you know, do this with any knit dress pattern that you have. I just fell in love with it. I can't say why. I just think because it's so versatile. I think I was had lost my way a little bit. I talked a little bit earlier about not exactly losing my sojo, but just feeling a little bit meh about things, and I wasn't really sure what direction I was going to go in with my winter wardrobe that's coming up in a couple of months. But now I know this is the basis of it. You can make this in any knit fabric. It doesn't have to be merino, any rayon jersey knit or cotton jersey knit. You could even use what's that stuff you use in America, ITY. You could use anything like that. But I love it in my merino. I probably will whip up another one in a rayon jersey knit as well and whack that in the wardrobe. So anyway, there we go. That is my little video for the week, my little rant for the week. I hope you're well. I hope you're happy, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. See you then. Bye-bye.